Today on CGX, we've got a special holiday-themed project. It's only 2 days before Christmas, so we'd better get to work. So, a couple of weeks ago, my wife spotted this charming little nativity scene at a local Christmas market. Um, it's supposed to be part of a much larger object, uh, a large advent calendar uh, that had uh, uh, a space in the center of it where uh, you could change out these inserts. It's basically like a shadow box, and there were a lot of different scenes available. Some of them, for different seasons. Some secular, some religious. It was actually a really good idea. Um, uh, the problem is we don't have the space in our house for something as large as that calendar. So we decided just to pick up um the insert, uh, the nativity scene, and it's great. It's charming. It's a little different than the usual. My wife especially liked the cityscape in the background here. Um, but the advent calendars, the complete structure had a light inside it, so that these insertable scenes were illuminated. And this is fine as it is. It looks great sitting over here on our sideboard. But I've been thinking it would probably look better if it was lighted. And it's a pretty simple system, and just has this hole here in the top that the light source was up above it and would shine down through that hole. And I've been thinking I could put something together. So I've bought an LED lighting kit that I will now assemble and try to figure out a way to mount in there. I've never worked with LEDs before, so that's where we get into the clueless part of our program. And let's go see how that goes. Okay, here we are in my home office. I'm just using my desk here for a work surface. It's probably not the best setup, but for just something small like this, it'll be fine, I think. Got a nice cup of coffee here. Okay, this is the lighting kit that I bought. I just ordered it online. It was $5. Came from a shop called Evan Design, and I'll throw a link to that into the description. This is what they call a chip LED, which refers to the size of the thing. They sent along this card along with the kit showing the different sizes. And in retrospect, I'm thinking maybe for this project, one of these bulb LEDs would have worked out better. But the chip is what I ordered. We're only a couple of days from Christmas, so here we are. All right, opening the kit here. It's pretty simple, or so it seems. I have the instructions, just single page. This is the battery compartment and the on-off switch. A couple of wires, some more wires, battery included, and a couple of little heat shrink tubes for the connection. All right, first problem is getting the battery out of these stupid blister packs. I hate these things. I just use a Swiss Army knife, try not to cut my hand off. Again, probably not the best way of doing it, but I am the clueless guy, so here we go. And just slice around that. Maybe. There we go. There's the battery. Throw this away. Unwind these wires a little bit. The instructions talk about mounting your light first and then arranging the wires as you like. I'm not going to do that. I have another idea in mind. I don't know how well this turns up on the camera, but you've got a pretty long wire here, actually. So you have a lot of options with mounting it. Okay, peel out these leads here. And I've never done this before, but logic would suggest that you want to put these heat shrinks on first before you go too far. Okay. According to the instructions here, you want to put the black wire from the battery holder onto the green wire on the LED. A little hard to see. The green one is this one on the right here. So I'll just put these together and twist them together like so. And do the same for the red side. Okay. Then you insert the battery. Now, with these little flat batteries, who knew there actually is a positive and negative side. So the shiny side here has the positive on it. Goes in like so, and look at that. We have light. There's a switch here so you can turn it on and off. Seems to be working. So, let's do the heat shrink thing. And I may have messed up already, because the shrink is not easily coming over the top here. Okay, I'll try that out first, make sure it still works. And it does. Okay. Now, once that's all in place, you need to apply a heat source to shrink that. I'm just going to use a hairdryer, so let me go grab that. I'll be right back. Okay, here we have our heat source, perfectly ordinary hairdryer. Just set that all to high. And my cord isn't quite long enough here, so we'll see how this works for the video. But I'll try to get it into frame so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, like I said, not quite long enough to get all the way into the frame, but hopefully we'll be able to see okay here. Just turn that on. Okay, and you can see that that plastic melted and it shrank right up. And the light source still works. Great. We're in business. Now I'll just go and get the nativity. Okay, so in the original design, I don't know what kind of lighting element the advent calendars contained. I'm guessing LEDs, but I don't know anything about their size or how they were configured. For mounting this, I'm not real keen with the idea of just having, you know, a light sticking down from the hole like that. That's not very cool. So what I was thinking was to attach the LED to a card, or here I've got a piece of cardboard. I thought I could use something like this that would kind of help reflect the light down into the display a little bit. So we'll try this out and see how it goes. First thing we're going to do is trim this to fit the box a little better. So I've just got a pencil here. I'll mark this like so. A little box cutter here. See if I can do this again without cutting my hand off. Probably ought to be wearing gloves or doing something here that would make this a little smarter, but clueless is my brand, right? There we go. And it's not perfect, but it fits a little better. I'm just going to make a little mark in the center of it here to try to line up the LED on that when I mount it in place. Now, somebody that knew what they were doing would probably use glue or something, but where I'm still not entirely sure of what this effect is going to look like, we're just going to use a little Scotch tape that can be easily removed. And I'm using clear tape instead of like masking tape or something, so that it won't interfere with the reflective properties of this white backing card here. Okay. It's not very neat, but I don't think that'll matter too much. I want to make sure the LED element is facing down, because that would be really stupid if it wasn't actually facing into the box. Turn that on again. Yep, that works. So we'll put that on there like so. Where'd my tape go? Okay, and I can do this a little more solidly later. I just want to, put that in place now for testing. Like so. So here we go. The LED is more or less centered. More or less. All right, let's turn out the light and see how this looks. Incidentally, I chose the bright white LED as opposed to more of the amber-colored ones you can get that look like old-fashioned incandescent lighting, because I thought the bright white would look like starlight or moonlight. Just an aesthetic choice. I thought it would work better. So let's see how this looks. We'll turn out the light in the room. turn on the light source. Okay, all finished now. I decided to use masking tape to secure everything a little more firmly. And I just did the same on the back. Used masking tape to pin all the wires down so they wouldn't get caught on anything. Battery and switch are right there. There's probably a better way to do this, and I will give that some thought. But for right now, I think this is going to be very functional. And I'm about to take this over into a dark room and see how it looks in real darkness. And here we are in a dark bedroom, and I'm just going to press the switch. And look at that. I think that works pretty nicely. One of the bulb styles may have worked better, but I actually think this works pretty well. I'm quite pleased. So there you have it. The first of our clueless Gen X projects, and I think it worked pretty well. If you enjoyed this, you know the routine. Like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or feedback or anything, go ahead and leave that below. I'd appreciate any tips. I'm still learning everything. But like I said, I'm pleased with how this first one turned out. Catch you again, and Merry Christmas.